I'm Valentina Ross.
And I'm Lauren Lawson, and we're your hosts for Night Hour. We have some exciting news stories this week, all of which you can read on our website.
As many of you know, last Wednesday on January 6th, extremist pro-Trump protesters stormed the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. For our first story, assistant news editor Alex Levitt covers the events of last week in his article, detailing both the riot and several congresspeople's reactions. As a result of the protests, Wednesday's class meetings were canceled, and instead, Mr. Schaefer, Mr. Healy, and Mr. LaPolla shared their thoughts on the protest.
As a result of the recent presidential election, the United States is now seeing its very first female vice president, Kamala Harris. But many have begun talking about the difficult, unpaved path ahead of her and point out the challenges she will face during her vice presidency. Staff writer Penelope Stinson gives her opinion on the obstacles Harris will face and what it means for the future of women in government.
I think we can all agree that 2020 has been a crazy year. From the COVID-19 pandemic to elections to protests and more. Video editor Laura Artondi looks back at the events of 2020 in her 2020 recap video. The video follows numerous news headlines covering both global events and stories specific to Menlo.
Hey Menlo, we know 2020 was a pretty lousy year, but let's try to think back about what got us through it. Please take a few minutes to complete the Best of 2020 survey and share what you liked best in 2020. You can find the survey link in the student announcements and in the description box on this YouTube video. We'll be publishing the results in an upcoming episode. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope to see you next week. And from all of us at the Coat of Arms, stay safe.